Jai Gurudev everyone, this is Minakshi and today I am going to take the maths of class 8 lesson number 3 understanding quadrilaterals, and this is the 7th part in which I am going to take the exercise number 3.3. In earlier 6th part we have completed the question till question number 9, so today I am going to take the question number 10. So explain how this figure is trapezium, which is its two sides are parallel. One figure is given here, we have to tell that this figure is trapezium or not, means we have to explain it, is it a trapezium, and if it is a trapezium then which two sides are parallel, that we have to find out. So here in this figure we can say it is a quadrilateral because we don't know it is a trapezium or not. So in this quadrilateral, four sides and four angles are given, in which measure of two angles is given, that is angle L is 80 degree and angle M is 100 degree. So notice here this line segment NM and KL is cutting the line ML, and if these two lines are cutting the line LM, it means this is the transversal line. And in this if it is a transversal line, then here it is making a two angles, that two angles are formed and their measure is given as 100 degree and 180 degree. So here the interior angles are formed, that transversal line it is, and the two angles are formed at the on the same side of the transversal line. And if the angles are formed on the same side of the transversal line and if their addition is 180 degree, then we can say the two lines which are cutting the transversal line, that two lines are parallel. So here angle M plus angle L equals to 100 degree plus 80 degree. So angle M is given 100 degree and angle L is given 80 degree, and their addition is 180 degree. So yes, we got their addition as 180 degree. So the sum of consecutive interior angle in is 180 degree of same side of transversal line. So here we got the addition as 180 degree of the same side of the transversal line of the angle. It means these two sides are parallel. Therefore we can say NM and KL are parallel. So if we got the one pair of parallel side here in this quadrilateral, it means this quadrilateral is a trapezium. Therefore KLMN is a trapezium. Then question number 11. Find measure of angle C in a figure if AB is parallel to DC. So here in the question we have to find out the measure of angle C, and it is given that AB is parallel to DC. So in this figure one pair of side is given parallel, and if one pair of side is parallel, it means it is a trapezium. And just now we have taken the one question of trapezium, that is if two lines of the parallel sides are cutting a transversal line, then the addition of the two interior angle of the one side of the transversal line will be 180 degree. It means we can say angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degree. So here angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degree, and the measure of angle B is given, that is 120 degree. Then 120 degree plus measure of angle C equals to 180 degree, then measure of angle C equals to 180 degree minus 120 degree, which is equals to 60 degree. So here we got the measure of angle C as 60 degree. Then question number 12. In question number 12 it is given, find the measure of angle P and angle S if SP is parallel to RQ in the given figure. If you find measure of angle R is there more than one method to find measure of angle P. So here in the question it is given, we have to find out the measure of angle P and measure of angle S, and again it is given that SP is parallel to QR. It is given in the figure, and two angles are also given here, that angle Q is 130 degree and angle R is given as 90 degrees. So by using these angles we have to find out the measure of angle S and P, and again it is given in the bracket if more than one method is there to find out measure of angle P, then that also we have to solve. So here angle P plus angle Q equals to 180 degree, angle P plus angle Q equals to 180 degree. Why? Because see, these two lines are cutting this line, that is PQ, and if these two lines are cutting the PQ, it means PQ is the transversal line, and these two are the interior angle of the transversal line, means angle P and angle Q both are at the one side of the transversal line, and if they are at the one side of the transversal line, then their measure will be 180 degree. Just now I explained you in earlier question, that is the sum of consecutive interior angle is 180 degree of same side of a transversal line. Why? Because it is given that these two sides are parallel. It is given in the question already, that is SP is parallel to RQ. So here we can write angle P plus angle Q equals to 180 degree, then angle P equals to angle P plus 130 degree as angle Q is given. So angle P plus 130 degree equals to 180 degree, then angle P equals to 180 degree minus 130 degree. So angle P we got here 50 degree, as 180 minus 130 is 50 degree. So we got angle P. Now we have to find out the angle S. So now here same, that it is given SP and RQ are parallel side, and if they are parallel, it means SR is the transversal line, and from that transversal line one angle is given, that is angle R as 90 degree, angle S we have to find out. And if it is a transversal line and both the angles are given at the one side of the transversal line, it means the measure of this, the addition of these two sides is 180 degree. So here angle S plus 90 degree is equals to 180 degree, then angle S equals to 180 degree minus 90 degree, so angle S is equals to 90 degree. So here we got angle S as 90 degree. So now yes, one more method is there to find angle P. So the which method? We know that it is a figure with four sides and four angles, and if here four sides are present, it means it is a quadrilateral, and to find out the measure of the quadrilateral, we have the formula, that is angle sum property of a quadrilateral. It means the addition of all these side is equals to 360 degree. So that is angle S plus angle R plus angle Q plus angle P is equals to 360 degree. So here angle S is 90 degree, as the angle R is given 90 degree, it means angle S will be 90 degree only. So 90 degree plus 90 degree plus 130 degree, it is already given, and angle P we have to find out. So plus angle P equals to 360 degree, then 90 plus 90 plus 130 degree is equals to 310 degree, plus angle P is equals to 360 degree, then angle P equals to 360 degree minus 310 degrees, then 360 minus 310 is equals to 50 degrees. So therefore angle P we got here as a 50 degree. So thank you for watching my video. I hope whatever taught by me, that is understand by you. So if you like my teaching, then please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.